Hey everybody, this is John Frost with the Disney Blog, and I'm here inside the very end of Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, where you've had your amazing, spectacular finale, and it's kind of automatically my new favorite thing about Galaxy's Edge. And I'm really excited today to have with me here Doug, who's an executive creative director at Lucasfilm, and he had help making all the artistic decisions of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So first, can you tell me a little bit about when did you first find out you were going to be working with Disney on this project, and kind of what was involved in terms of your participation?
Yeah, well, it's been a long process. I've been working on this for about 5 years. And what was really amazing is that when this was announced, it was the perfect opportunity, because I remember when I saw Star Wars when I was 15 years old, I wanted to go and visit those worlds. And now we actually have an opportunity to do that. And the interesting thing is, coming from the film side as a production designer, I'm used to designing for movie sets. And the design process, whether it's for film or a theme park, is identical. The difference is the actual execution. So here, we actually couldn't cheat the way we normally would for a movie set. This is an absolutely real place. And I think for me, it was the thrill of actually building a place that fans can immerse themselves in. Fans can actually live and explore this, to their heart's delight.
Yeah, when I walked in for the first time and saw the Millennium Falcon parked down by the Smuggler's Run attraction, my heart just jumped. I was instantly 8 years old again. So when you're thinking about the artistic direction for something this big, what's involved in terms of, do you storyboard, do you do creative, what's the process?
Yeah, overall, it's I've been working on Star Wars for over 25 years, and 7 of those were working directly with George Lucas on the prequels. And so I'm trying to bring all those lessons that I've learned to design an immersive world. And designing for Star Wars is very unique because George created a universe and world that's very timeless. And so we're trying to bring that to Galaxy's Edge. And part of the key is that we always ground the designs in reality. And the trick or the key to designing effective Star Wars is that 80% of it is real. Real in the sense that you can relate to it. And then it's that 20% that we make it exotic. And that 20% can be changing scale, it can be mixing and matching different cultures. And so that was the challenge that we brought to the table for Rise of the Resistance and Galaxy's Edge, was how do we create an iconic new experience for Star Wars that will fit seamlessly within the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, well, it definitely feels like you're in the Star Wars universe. Everything from going into the queue of Rise of Resistance, where there's kind of those old civilization elements mixed in with the new technology. When you're putting that all together, or are you working from a design template, or how does that work?
Yeah, a lot of it starts with research. And then from there, we will just do drawings, trying to come up with what the look of the land should be, what the look of the village, Batu village, should look like. And it's all, pencil on paper, and then once we have an idea that is working pretty well, then we'll take it into 3D. So it's a design process that's I'm very familiar with, because that's our same process for designing for film or for video game, for that matter. So it's identical in that process, but it's very immersive. That's why this project took a little over 5 years, because we had to make sure we did all of our homework so the designs felt authentically Star Wars.
Now, I know there are a few elements around here that are like, actually you might see them in the movies as well. Do you have any favorites that fall into that category?
Yeah, many. A lot of the things that you're seeing here, you'll see in films and vice versa. And we did that particularly because we want to tie it all in so that it's one cohesive universe. And so, for instance, like the shuttle that you see back here is a new vehicle, but it fits within the Imperial vernacular of what a vehicle should look like for an escape pod. And so there's lots of little elements like that. So when you're riding the Rise of the Resistance, you'll see many things like that. All the visual cues are one-to-one to the films.
Yeah, like I noticed, like the white storage cubicles from Rogue One, they're all over the parks, and the costumes feel like you're in the universe of Star Wars as well. So, do you have a favorite part of the whole Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, something that people should look for when they come here?
Yeah, well, I have 2. One is the Falcon for sure. Definitely see the Falcon. And then number 2 is the Rise of Resistance. When you get off that transport and the doors open and you find yourself on the hangar bay of the Star Destroyer, it is absolutely mind-blowing. It still makes me smile.
It makes me smile, and it makes my heart pulse a little bit too, like I'm in trouble. So, well, thank you so much. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.